Hello, my little naughties. Welcome to Goya Tales. So today we are going to see about siblings. So siblings means a brother or a sister, both elder and younger. Okay, so you might be having a elder brother or elder sister, or a younger sibling, a brother or a sister. Or if you don't have your own sibling, you might also have cousins, correct? So like aunt's daughter, uncle's son, somebody like that, cousins in your family. Or if you don't have cousins, you might have these elder children and younger children who play with you in your neighborhood, like in the same apartment building where you live, or maybe in the same street that you live. So there might be a lot of children, right? Like so it can either be your sibling or your cousin or your friend who is living around. So in that case, what kind of play do you all do when the elder and the younger children all get together? You might be playing together, and sometimes you feel no, this is for a little bit grown-ups. The little ones can't join us. No, we will play with you later. Okay, this is for grown-ups. This is not for you. And you might feel so cool about, we are big boys, we are big girls. These games are a little difficult. The little ones cannot participate, or they might not be able to catch up with what we want to do in the play. When you think like that, it doesn't mean that you don't love them or you don't like playing with them. So be your say siblings. When you say siblings, it can either be your brother or a sister, and you love them so much, correct? You want to play with them, like small little games, like pulling them on their tricycle, your cart, something like that, or have a lemonade stand together on holidays. So these kind of games you want to play together. But there are certain games which you think might not be might not happen well when both of you play together. Say you might think that a playground thing which is for only little ones, and when you play video games or board games or something like that, you might think, oh no, this you cannot play, you are a very small child, you will not be play with us, you will not be able to play with us. And sometimes when you go out with your friends, even then you will want to say to your sister or brother, hey, I'll come back home and I'll play with you, but now I'm going to play with my friends and we are all big boys and big girls. You cannot join us, correct? Do you remember, or do you think that you also tend to do all these things with your little brothers and little sisters? Sometimes, no? Of course, not that you don't love them, but sometimes you think that little children cannot play with you. So today's story is also something like that. So there is a boy who is the elder one. So he is the elder brother, and he has a little sister, and he thinks his little sister might not be able to participate in the games that he wants to play. So he is trying to play something, and he thinks maybe his sister is too young to join him. So he does not want his sister to join. The book's name is And Also. And Also. So and also means sometimes when you say yes, all that is there, and also like that. So the book's name is And Also, and it's written by Lauren Bukes, and it's illustrated by Anya Venter, and it's designed by Mazibuko. So this book is actually published with the help of a team called Book Dash. Okay, so what do? They gather so many creative artists like writers, authors, and illustrators, designers, and so many creative people, and they try to create and publish new storybooks which will be distributed free of cost. It will be available for all of them, and they are doing this wonderful work in Africa. Okay, so this is an African storybook. So let's start the story. So I was telling you, right, there is a boy in the story. So his name is Thabo. Okay, so he is the elder one and he has a little sister called Ketu. And one day at bedtime, okay, at home, Thabo is actually sitting on his bed. But he is trying to play pretend. So he pretends that his bed is actually a raft that is sailing on the sea. So he's trying to maneuver the raft and see and pretend like, oh, waves are coming. I want to sail my raft safely. So he is trying to play pretend on his bed, and his little sister Ketu, who is actually sitting beside him and watching him, she is also joining in. She is like, yes. See, we are sailing in the sea and look, there are so many sharks around. But then Thabo is not very happy with Ketu joining him in his pretend play. So he is like a little grumpy and he says, no. So he does not want Ketu to join. And then the next day when Thabo and Ketu, they are coming back home from school. So Thabo is trying to imagine that their taxi is a spaceship. So he is trying to imagine with this, himself in a space suit, and that, they are flying so fast in space and boom, boom. So he is trying to pretend that it's a spaceship. And Ketu, who is sitting beside him, she also joins in. She says, yes. But see, look, there are shooting stars. Watch out for the shooting stars. We have to sail a spaceship so carefully. And Thabo is again not happy. He is not very pleased. So he again becomes grumpy and says, no. And the next day, so all this, this continues. And one day when they are at school and they are playing in their playground. So Thabo imagines that his playground is a jungle. There are all these poles and ladders and trees. All this is there in the playground, right? So Thabo is, trying to hang from them, jump from them. And he is pretending that the playground is a jungle. And as usual, Ketu, who was near him, she also comes and says, yes, this is a jungle and we are all lions. Thabo is not happy as expected. So Thabo is like, again, he becomes grumpy and he says, no. But then he realizes something. Something strikes him. He thinks, oh, wait. Wow, that's actually a wonderful idea. So he thinks Ketu has actually given him a good idea. So he likes the idea of being lions in the jungle. So he says, yes, wow, that's a great idea. And then Ketu becomes so happy. She says, yes, I know. And then they both join together and they start playing the pretend play. So Thabo is also pretending to be a lion now, and Ketu is also pretending to be a lion now. So they go roar, and they have so much fun in the playground. And in the evening when the school is over, so they are all obviously, when all the kids, they disperse together, there will be a lot of children walking out of school when the school gets over in the evening. So at that time, Thabo imagines and he pretends that all the other children, they are what? They are a river full of crocodiles. So he wants to, just escape. What will you do when there are a lot of crocodiles around you? You will want to escape from them, right? Oh, no, careful. Walk, escape. Like that. So Ketu joins in and Ketu says, yes, see, come on, safely come. And there is a small log. We will just step on the log and we will float away on the river. And Thabo likes the idea. He comes up with another one. So he says, yes, and also see, there are rainbows. We can slide down the rainbow and we will go zoom. And Ketu gives another idea. She says, yes, yes, and also watch out, there are so many dinosaurs around. We have to escape from the dinosaurs. And they keep giving ideas one on top of the other, and they start having so much fun. Correct? So they pretend to go to outer space, and they actually create a band, that K2 and Tabo, right? So they create a K&T band, a rock band, and they become rock stars, and they have a concert in outer space. They imagine that they are racing in a racing car, and so many other things, and they have lots of fun playing pretend. So that day at night, at bedtime, so Tabo sits beside Keitu and he says, you know what, I had the best day playing pretend with you. So Tabo is actually happy. So he is happy to join his little sister in his pretend play. So he says, I had the best day playing pretend with you. And Keitu says, yes, yes, and also we should play again tomorrow. Right? See how wonderful. Actually, Thabo was not very happy for Keitu to join him in his pretend play. Maybe he thought she will not be able to imagine so well and do the pretend play very interesting as he wants to do. But he was wrong. Correct, no children? So you never know who has what ideas. It could be your little sister, it could be your little brother, or some little child who is playing in your neighborhood. So you cannot always think that, this game is only for elder children. This game is not for little ones. You might be actually surprised when they come out with these wonderful ideas. And you all play pretend, no? If you don't, you should start playing pretend. So pretend play is like, maybe like role play. Like sometimes you might want to be, a doctor or a teacher or a policeman. Correct? So that is all role play. And you create situations where you behave like a doctor or a policeman or a teacher. Correct? So pretend play is also similar to that. It is trying to imagine and thinking that, as if you are somewhere. Like, for example, how Keitu and Tabo did. So you can imagine that you are actually in space, in the outer space, and you are a superhero who is trying to rescue all the people or fighting aliens in space. Or you can try to imagine that you are living in a jungle. You are actually going to jungle with all your friends, and some animals are coming and attacking you, and you are trying to escape and hide from the animals. Or you can pretend to be like explorers. So you're actually going to explore and find a treasure in the middle of the jungle. So you can play a treasure hunt with a map and try to find the treasure. And there are so many other things. You can also try to pretend like you were doing a fairy tale. So there might be princesses, castle. So somebody is there and you go try to save the princess from the castle, or any other fairy tale. So you might be playing video games, or you should be reading a lot of books. Correct? So when you read all this and you try to imagine that you pretend to be somebody whom you probably read from the book, or somebody who saw in your video game. Something like that. So these kind of imaginative pretend games, they help you communicate well with others, and it's actually a nice group play. It's a team play. You can play with all your friends and your cousins and siblings, and it'll be so much fun. All right, children. So you try to play all these pretend games with your friends and siblings. And I'm sure you will all enjoy it so much. Okay? So, all right, naughties, I will come back next week with another wonderful story. Until then, bye-bye.